Esteemed viewers, envision a world where your every desire, your every wish manifests with the certainty of the sun rising each morning. A world where the power to shape your reality lies not in some external force, but within the very depths of your own mind. This world, my dear viewers, is not a fantasy, not a far-off utopia, but the very reality in which you live at this very moment. You see, the universe in which we exist is not a cold, indifferent machine grinding on without purpose or intent. No, it is a living, breathing, conscious entity, and you, yes, you are an integral part of its magnificent design. You are not separate from this universe, you are the universe expressing itself in human form. And just as the universe creates worlds and galaxies with unerring precision, so too do you possess the power to create your world, your reality, with the same divine authority. But how, you may ask, can this be? How can I, a mere mortal, command the forces of creation? The answer, my viewers, lies in understanding the true nature of reality and your place within it. For you see, the physical world that you perceive with your senses is but the outermost layer of existence. It is the final expression, the end result of a process that begins in a realm far more fundamental, far more real than the world of form and matter. This realm, this foundation of all that is, can be called by many names: the quantum field, the collective unconscious, the imagination, but I prefer to call it simply consciousness. It is the underlying fabric of reality, the canvas upon which the painting of your life is drawn. And you, my dear viewers, are the artist wielding the brush. Every thought you think, every feeling you feel, every belief you hold is like a stroke of the brush on this cosmic canvas. Your consciousness, imbued with the creative power of the universe itself, takes these mental impressions and brings them into manifestation in the physical world. This is not magic, not some esoteric practice reserved for the enlightened few. It is the fundamental mechanism by which all of reality operates, and you have been using it every moment of your existence, whether you realized it or not. Consider for a moment the life you are currently living, the circumstances of your birth, your family, your education, your career, your relationships. All of these arose from the seeds planted in your consciousness. Some of these seeds were planted by others, your parents, your teachers, your society, and some you planted yourself through your thoughts, beliefs, and expectations. But make no mistake, every aspect of your current reality was born first in the realm of consciousness before it materialized in the physical world. Now, I can hear the skeptics among you protesting. But, you might say, I never wished for the hardships in my life. I never wanted to struggle or suffer. How can you claim that I created these circumstances? And to this, I say, you are absolutely correct. You did not consciously wish for these difficulties. But remember, the creative power of your consciousness responds not just to your conscious thoughts, but to the totality of your mental state, including your deepest, often unconscious beliefs about yourself and the world. If you hold a belief, however hidden, that life is hard, that you are unworthy of success, that you must struggle to survive, then your ever-faithful consciousness will diligently work to make these beliefs your reality. It does not judge whether a belief is good or bad, helpful or harmful. It simply takes what you give it and brings it into manifestation with perfect fidelity. But herein lies the magnificent opportunity that I present to you today. For if your consciousness can create your current reality based on your existing beliefs and mental patterns, then it stands to reason that by deliberately changing these beliefs and mental patterns, you can create a new reality, any reality you wish. This, my dear viewers, is the essence of the statement "your wish is your command." When you truly understand and apply this principle, you hold in your hands the key to unlocking a life of boundless joy, abundance, and fulfillment. You become the conscious creator of your destiny, no longer a victim of circumstance, but a master of reality itself. Now, I can see the excitement building in your eyes, the hope kindling in your hearts. You're beginning to sense the enormous potential that lies within you. But you may also be feeling a touch of doubt, a whisper of disbelief. Surely, you might think, it can't be that simple. If this power is real, why isn't everyone using it to create paradise on earth? The answer, my viewers, lies in understanding the nature of the human mind and the challenges we face in harnessing its true power. You see, for countless generations, we have been conditioned to believe in our limitations, to accept a reality of scarcity and struggle. We have been taught to trust only what our physical senses tell us, to believe that the outside world is more real than our inner world of thoughts and imagination. This conditioning runs deep, my viewers. It is embedded in our subconscious minds, coloring our perceptions and shaping our expectations without our conscious awareness. It is the invisible prison that keeps us bound to a reality that falls far short of our true potential. But I stand here today to tell you that this prison is an illusion, a mirage that dissolves the moment you recognize its unreality. The first step in claiming your divine birthright as a creator of reality is to understand the true relationship between your inner world and the outer world. Most people believe that their thoughts and feelings are a reaction to external events. Something happens in their life, and they respond with thoughts and emotions. But I put it to you that this relationship is exactly backwards. Your thoughts and feelings are not the effect of external reality, they are the cause of it. Every event, every circumstance in your life first existed as a state of consciousness within you before it manifested in the physical world. This is a fundamental truth that you must not only understand intellectually, but feel in the very core of your being. Your consciousness is not merely observing reality, it is creating it, moment by moment. Let me give you a practical example to illustrate this principle. Imagine two people applying for the same job. On paper, they have similar qualifications and experience. But one approaches the interview with a deep-seated belief in their own unworthiness, a fear of rejection that they may not even be consciously aware of. The other carries within them an unshakable confidence, a knowing that this job is already theirs. Now, conventional wisdom would say that the outcome of the interview depends solely on external factors: how well they answer the questions, how they present themselves, the mood of the interviewer. But I tell you that the outcome was determined long before either candidate set foot in the interview room. The person who approached the situation with a consciousness of lack and fear will invariably find that reality conforms to their expectation. They may stumble over their words, fail to make a connection with the interviewer, or simply exude an energy that doesn't align with what the company is seeking. The candidate who knows with certainty that the job is theirs will find that events conspire to make this belief a reality. They will say exactly the right things, make an instant rapport with the interviewer, and leave the meeting with a job offer in hand. To the outside observer, it might appear as mere luck or coincidence. But to one who understands the law of consciousness, it is simply the natural operation of the creative power of the mind. But, you might protest, how can I simply choose to believe something that isn't yet true? Isn't that just self-delusion? This, my viewers, is the crux of the matter, the key that unlocks the door to your limitless potential. For you see, what you call reality, the world of physical forms and events, is not the cause of your beliefs and feelings. It is the result of them. Your physical senses show you a world that has already been created by your consciousness. By the time you see, hear, or touch something in the external world, it has already been set in motion by your previous states of consciousness. This is why trying to change your life by manipulating external circumstances is like trying to change your reflection in the mirror by adjusting the mirror itself. The image will never change unless you, the subject of the reflection, change first. The secret, then, is to create the desired state of consciousness first, regardless of what your physical senses are telling you. This is where the power of imagination comes into play. Your imagination is not some frivolous mental faculty used only for daydreaming or entertainment. It is the very workshop of creation, the place where reality is forged before it appears in the physical world. When you enter your imagination and create a scene that implies the fulfillment of your desire, you are not indulging in fantasy. You are engaging in the most creative act possible. You are impressing upon your subconscious mind the reality that you wish to experience, and your subconscious mind, being intimately connected with the creative power of the universe, will move heaven and earth to bring that imagined reality into physical manifestation. This, my dear viewers, is the true meaning of the phrase "your wish is your command." When you wish, not with the weak, hoping energy of the conscious mind, but with the full creative power of your imagination imbued with the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are literally commanding the universe to reshape itself according to your desire. But here's the crucial point that you must understand: this creative act takes place entirely within your own consciousness. You do not need to manipulate the outside world or force things to happen. In fact, any attempt to make things happen in the external world before you have fully established the new state of consciousness will only lead to frustration and failure. Your one and only task is to create and maintain the feeling of your wish fulfilled. You must enter a state of consciousness where your desire is no longer a future event that you hope will happen, but a present fact that you are experiencing now. This is the art of living from the end, of experiencing in imagination what your senses deny. Let me give you a simple exercise to illustrate this principle. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine that you are holding a lemon. See its bright yellow color, feel its waxy texture in your hand. Now imagine cutting the lemon in half and bringing it to your nose. Smell its sharp, citrusy scent. Finally, imagine biting into the lemon, tasting its sour juice on your tongue. If you engaged in this exercise fully, you may have found your mouth watering, your face puckering slightly at the imagined sourness. Your body responded as if you were actually experiencing a real lemon, even though it was entirely imaginary. This, my viewers, is the power of your imagination at work. Your subconscious mind does not distinguish between an imagined experience and a real one. It responds to whatever you impress upon it as if it were reality. Now, consider how you can apply this same principle to your deepest desires and grandest ambitions. Whatever it is that you wish to be, do, or have, you must create it first in your imagination. You must enter a state of consciousness where you are already the person you wish to be, already doing the things you wish to do, already having the things you wish to have. This is not mere positive thinking or affirmation. It is a total transformation of your inner world. You must live from this new state of consciousness consistently, feeling the reality of it with every fiber of your being. Your entire mental and emotional state must align with the consciousness of your wish fulfilled. At first, this may feel challenging. Your physical senses will bombard you with evidence that your desire has not yet manifested. The old habits of thought and feeling will try to reassert themselves. This is where persistence and faith come into play. You must have the courage to deny the evidence of your senses and live solely from your imagination until your desired state of consciousness becomes your dominant reality. Remember, the physical world you see now is the result of your past thoughts and beliefs. It has no power to determine your future unless you give it that power by continuing to react to it in the same old ways. Your task is to be so consumed by the reality of your imagination that the outside world can no longer sway you from your conviction. As you maintain this new state of consciousness, you will begin to notice subtle changes in your external world. Opportunities will appear that align with your desire. People will respond to you differently. Circumstances will arrange themselves in your favor. These are the first fruits of your inner work, the initial signs that your imaginal act is taking root in the soil of physical reality. But here's where many people stumble. They see these initial changes and become so excited that they snap back into their old state of consciousness. They start looking to the outside world for further confirmation, effectively negating the work they've done. Remember, your imagination is the cause, the physical world is the effect. You must continue to live from your imagination regardless of what appearances may suggest. This is the true test of your faith, my viewers. Not a blind belief in some external power, but an unshakable conviction in the reality of your imaginal act. You must be willing to persist in your new state of consciousness even when the entire world seems to deny it, for it is this persistence that demonstrates to your subconscious mind the intensity of your desire and the strength of your belief. As you continue to live from this new state of consciousness, the changes in your outer world will become more pronounced. What seemed impossible will become probable, then inevitable. You will watch in awe as the universe rearranges itself to match the inner image you have so faithfully maintained. This, my dear viewers, is the process by which all great achievements in human history have been accomplished. Every invention, every work of art, every advancement in science and technology, all of these began as an imaginal act in the mind of the Creator. The Wright brothers imagined human flight before they built their first airplane. Einstein imagined riding on a beam of light before he formulated his theory of relativity. Martin Luther King Jr. imagined racial equality before he gave his famous "I Have a Dream" speech. These visionaries understood, whether consciously or unconsciously, the creative power of consciousness. They lived from the state of their wish fulfilled with such conviction that the physical world had no choice but to conform to their imaginal reality. And now I say to you, you possess this same power. The only difference between you and these great figures of history is that they dared to use their imagination as the creative force it truly is. They refused to be limited by what others said was possible. They understood that the only true limitations are those we accept in our own minds. So I challenge you, here and now, to take your greatest desire, your most cherished wish, and create it in your imagination with the same intensity and detail as the lemon exercise we did earlier. See it, hear it, feel it, taste it, smell it. Engage all your senses in creating this imaginal reality. Make it so vivid, so real, that for a moment you forget entirely about your current circumstances. Now, hold on to that feeling. Let it permeate every cell of your body. Let it color every thought, every emotion. This, my viewers, is the state of consciousness from which you must now live. This is your new reality. As you go about your day, no matter what your physical senses tell you, no matter what challenges or obstacles you may face, return again and again to this state of consciousness. Let it be your dwelling place, your home base. React to the events of your day not from your old patterns of thought and emotion, but from this new state of your wish fulfilled. You may find this challenging at first. The habits of a lifetime are not easily broken. But I assure you, with practice, it will become easier. You will find yourself naturally slipping into this state of consciousness more and more frequently. And as you do, you will watch in amazement as your outer world begins to mirror your inner state. Remember, the time it takes for your imaginal act to manifest in physical reality is directly proportional to the naturalness of the state. The more natural it feels to you to live in the state of your wish fulfilled, the faster it will materialize. This is why it's crucial to persist in your new state of consciousness until it becomes second nature to you. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, but what about action? Surely we can't just sit around imagining things and expect them to happen. And to this, I say, of course not. Action is an integral part of the creative process. But it's crucial to understand the correct relationship between imagination and action. You see, when you live from the state of your wish fulfilled, you will find yourself naturally inspired to take actions that align with your desire. These actions will not feel forced or stressful. They will arise spontaneously as the natural expression of your new state of being. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time, saying the right things to the right people, almost effortlessly. This is a far cry from the kind of action most people engage in, action born of fear, desperation, or a sense of lack. When you take action from these states of consciousness, you are simply reinforcing the very conditions you wish to change. But when your actions spring from the consciousness of your wish fulfilled, they carry with them the full creative power of the universe. Moreover, you will find that many things you thought you needed to do to achieve your desire will become unnecessary. Doors will open that you didn't even know existed. Helpers will appear as if by magic. The entire universe will conspire to support you in ways you could never have planned or predicted. This is the true meaning of the biblical phrase, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you." The kingdom of God is not some far-off heavenly realm. It is the realm of imagination, the creative power of consciousness that exists within you right now. When you seek first to establish the right state of consciousness, everything else falls naturally into place. Now, I want to address a question that often arises when people first encounter these ideas. What about other people, they ask. Can I use this power to change someone else's behavior or make them do what I want? And to this, I must give a very clear answer, no. You cannot and should not attempt to manipulate others with this power. Your task is not to change others, but to change yourself. As you transform your own consciousness, you will find that your relationships with others naturally improve. People will respond to you differently because you are different. If there is a specific person in your life that you wish to have a better relationship with, the key is to create in your imagination the kind of relationship you desire. See yourself interacting with this person in the way you wish. Feel the emotions of having a harmonious, loving relationship with them. Live from this state, and you will be amazed at how your interactions with them begin to change. This principle applies to all areas of your life: your career, your finances, your health, your spiritual growth. Whatever aspect of your life you wish to improve, the process is always the same. Create the desired state in your imagination, live from that state consistently, and watch as your outer world reshapes itself to match your inner vision. Now, I want to touch upon a topic that many find challenging when they begin to apply these principles: the concept of time. In our physical world, we are accustomed to thinking of events as occurring in a linear sequence. We believe that causes must precede effects, that we must take steps in a particular order to reach our goals. But in the realm of consciousness, time as we know it does not exist. All possibilities exist simultaneously in what we might call an eternal now. When you enter your imagination and create the scene of your wish fulfilled, you are not projecting into some future time. You are actually tuning into a reality that already exists in this eternal now. Your task, then, is not to make something happen in the future, but to align your consciousness with the version of reality where your wish is already fulfilled. This is why it's so important to create your imaginal scene as if it were happening now, not at some future date. The more you can eliminate the sense of time and distance between you and your desire, the more rapidly it will manifest in your physical experience. This understanding can be tremendously liberating. It means that no matter how long you may have struggled with a particular issue, no matter how deeply entrenched a problem may seem, you can change it in an instant by changing your consciousness. The past has no power over you except that which you give it by your attention and belief. Every moment is a fresh opportunity to choose again, to align with a different version of reality. This is the true meaning of forgiveness and redemption. You are not bound by your past thoughts or actions. You are free in each moment to choose anew. As you begin to apply these principles in your life, you may encounter what appears to be failure or setback. Perhaps you've been imagining your desire vividly for weeks or months, yet you see no tangible results. At times like these, it's crucial to remember that what appears to be failure is often just a necessary step on the path to success. In the physical world, things often get worse before they get better. Old structures must crumble before new ones can be built. What seems like a setback may actually be the rearrangement of circumstances necessary for the fulfillment of your desire. Your only task in such moments is to maintain your faith, to persist in the consciousness of your wish fulfilled regardless of appearances. Remember, the outside world is always a reflection of your past states of consciousness. It may take time for your new state to fully manifest in physical reality, but as long as you maintain the new state inwardly, its outward expression is assured. The seed you have planted in the soil of your subconscious mind must grow to full maturity before it bears fruit in the physical world. This is where many people falter. They start strong, living from their new state of consciousness for a few days or weeks, but when they don't see immediate results, they lose heart and slip back into their old patterns of thought and feeling. They uproot the seed before it has a chance to grow, and then wonder why their desire hasn't manifested. My viewers, I urge you to have patience and persistence. Nature has its own timing, its own rhythm. You've planted the seed, now give it time to grow. Water it daily with your imagination. Nourish it with the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Protect it from the weeds of doubt and fear. Do this consistently, and I promise you, your harvest will come. Now, as we near the conclusion of our discourse, I want to address a question that often arises: is there any limit to what I can create with this power? And to this, I say, the only limits are those you accept in your own mind. The creative power of your consciousness is infinite, boundless. It is the same power that creates galaxies and moves the stars in their courses. When you tap into this power through your imagination, you are limited only by your ability to conceive and believe. This is why it's so important to continually expand your conception of what's possible. Read widely, expose yourself to new ideas, study the lives of great achievers in all fields. The more you expand your mental horizons, the more you will be able to imagine and thus create. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. As you begin to experience the results of applying these principles, You may be tempted to use this power for selfish or harmful purposes. I caution you strongly against this. The law of consciousness operates with perfect justice. Whatever you create for others, you ultimately create for yourself. Use this power wisely, for the benefit of all, and you will find your life becoming a blessing to the entire world. As we come to the end of our time together, I want to leave you with a final thought. The principles we've discussed today are not new. They have been known and taught by the great spiritual teachers and philosophers throughout history. What is new is your awareness of them, your conscious decision to apply them in your life. From this moment forward, you have a choice. You can continue to live as you have been, reacting to circumstances and feeling at the mercy of external events. Or you can step into your power as a conscious creator, shaping your reality through the creative use of your imagination. The choice is yours, and yours alone. But know this, once you have heard these truths, once you have glimpsed the limitless potential that lies within you, you can never truly go back to your old way of being. You may try to ignore what you've learned, to dismiss it as mere fantasy or wishful thinking. But deep in your heart, you will know the truth, and that truth will continue to call to you, urging you to claim your divine birthright as a creator of reality. So I say to you, my dear viewers, dare to dream. Dare to imagine. Dare to live from the state of your wish fulfilled. For in doing so, you are not merely improving your own life. You are participating in the evolution of human consciousness itself. You are playing your part in the grand cosmic drama, helping to bring heaven to earth, one imaginal act at a time. Remember always, your wish is your command. The power to shape your reality lies within you, waiting to be claimed. Will you accept the challenge? Will you step into your power as a conscious creator? The choice is yours. The time is now. Thank you, my viewers. May your imagination be vivid, your faith be strong, and may all your wishes be fulfilled. God bless you all. In conclusion, as we come to the close of our gathering, I want you to take a moment to reflect on all that we've discussed. The principles we've explored today are not mere theory or philosophy. They are practical tools that you can begin applying in your life immediately. Remember, the power to change your life lies not in some external force, but in the creative power of your own consciousness. Your imagination is the workshop wherein you can forge any reality you desire. Your feelings are the fuel that gives life to your imaginal acts, and your persistence in maintaining the state of your wish fulfilled is the key that unlocks the door to its manifestation. As you leave this place and return to your daily lives, I challenge you to see the world with new eyes. Look beyond the appearances of things to the underlying reality of consciousness. In every person you meet, in every situation you encounter, see the operation of this law at work. For once you truly understand that your outer world is but a reflection of your inner state, you will never again feel powerless or at the mercy of circumstances. Take these principles and test them in the laboratory of your own life. Start with something small if you wish, something that doesn't arouse too much doubt or disbelief. As you gain confidence in your ability to create your reality, you can apply these principles to larger and more significant areas of your life. But whatever you do, my viewers, do not let this knowledge remain mere intellectual understanding. Put it into practice. Live it. Breathe it. Make it the foundation of your very being. For it is only through application that the truth of these principles will be revealed to you. And as you begin to experience the results of living from this new understanding, share your experiences with others. Not to boast or to prove anything, but to inspire and encourage. For as more and more people awaken to this truth, we move closer to creating a world that reflects the highest and best in all of us. Go forth now, conscious creators. Step into your power. Claim your divine birthright. And remember always, your wish is your command. The universe awaits your direction. What will you create? Thank you, and may God bless you all.